Hey YouTube, it's Medialit. Welcome back to my channel. And over here, we don't just sprinkle diversity for taste. We flip it over and let the flavors marinate for a couple of hours, yes. Do you ever find that searching for something to watch takes longer than the thing you end up watching? You know, you get like dinner and you're hoping to put on a movie, and by the time you find your movie, your dinner's cold. Yes, I hate wasting time. So this video is supposed to save you some time. Let's discuss. I'm gonna give you the hottest movies and shows coming out in February 2021 on all of the streaming platforms. I'm talking Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, HBO Max. And lastly, I'm gonna give you some recommendations on who you can watch these forms of media with, because, you know, everything ain't for everybody, So first up, let's get to the films. I'm really excited about Malcolm and Mari. Malcolm and Mari will be premiering on Netflix on February 5th. John David Washington plays a filmmaker who is going through a rough patch with his girlfriend, who is played by Zendaya. I love both of these actors. They never disappoint. And I'm already loving the film's like noir aesthetic. The black and white color choice is really, really interesting to me. And I would recommend this film for a date night, some Netflix and chill, maybe with a tall glass of wine, like a Malbec. Next up is Judas and the Black Messiah. This is a film that's going to be coming out in theaters and HBO Max on February 12th. And if you like me and you social distancing, you're going to be home on the couch watching it through HBO Max. This film tells the story of the Black Panther revolutionary Frank Hampton and the FBI informant who turned against him, and the ultimate assassination of Fred Hampton. So if you haven't heard about Fred Hampton, stop this video right now and Google, YouTube. There's so many resources out there. There's an entire documentary about the assassination of Fred Hampton. There's also, I think it's called Black Power Mixtape, or the Black Panthers, Vanguard of the Revolution. There are tons of documentaries about Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers, particularly the Chicago Black Panthers. This man was just revolutionary, and so I'm really excited about this film. It's long overdue. Since learning about Fred Hampton's story and how he was murdered by the US government because he was organizing not just black people around racism, but also white folks around economic inequality. And so, you know, the US government hates when you get black people and white people to fight together on the same side. So of course they assassinated him, and just honestly don't want to miss this movie. I think everyone's going to be talking about it. It's coming out in Black History Month. I think this movie is really going to help frame the way that we think about Black Lives Matter and the movement for Black lives, as well as the current movement against racial injustices. Okay, so mark your calendars, February 12th. You cannot miss it. The United States versus Billie Holiday is coming out on Hulu February 25th. I love Billie Holiday's music, but to be honest, I don't know that much about her life. So I'm really excited for this biopic. There are tons of biopics coming out in February, particularly around black people, black revolutionaries. I'm excited about this, but I'm also excited to fact check the movie. I'm excited to criticize the movie, and I really want to know like if the movie is historically accurate. I mean, they better not. Hulu, you better not do Billie Holiday the way Netflix did Madam C.J. Walker. Because we ain't having it. Not in Black History Month. No. Because we gonna drag you all the way to Juneteenth. Next up, To All the Boys, the trilogy is coming out February 12th. I have not seen any of the prequels. It's just a teenage rom-com. It's so cute. And honestly, I can't wait to watch this movie while I'm doing laundry or like deep cleaning my room. Obviously the movie is for teens, but I think it's a cute movie for adults if you're like in the rom-com kind of mood. It'll probably also make good background noise. I don't know. Y'all let me know how you like it. Next up is Bliss. This is a film that's gonna premiere February 5th on Amazon Prime. Let me tell you, okay, I have nothing against Owen Wilson. I love Salma Hayek. But this, I wasn't too sure about this film. It didn't seem like it had all of its bearings. I wasn't super interested, but here's what made me think differently. Okay, so number one, I watched the trailer, and Bill Nye, the science guy, is in the trailer. Okay, you're pulling on the nostalgia there. Then I was listening to Star Talk Radio, the podcast that stars my personal astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they advertised the movie on their podcast, which is not an endorsement at all. But to see Bill Nye the Science Guy and Neil deGrasse Tyson sort of being connected to this movie in some way, anytime that a form of media in the sci-fi genre consults with real scientists, real astrophysicists, that's a good sign. Next up is a film that I'm really super excited about. It's called Namaste Wala, and coming out February 14th on Valentine's Day on Netflix. I am excited. I'm not super into rom-coms, but this one gives me Mississippi Masala vibes. So it's an Indo-Nigerian rom-com, which is a match made in heaven. Like, Bollywood and Nollywood coming together, how could I resist? What? And I want to see more Nollywood-Bollywood collaborations. I think it would be great. So let's move on to the shows. That was it for the films. The shows that are coming out in February 2021. Number one for me, Black Lightning is premiering its final season. If you've never watched Black Lightning, don't worry, you're not missing out on nothing. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because I really wanted this show to get better, but it hasn't gotten better. And so I'm just happy to see it end, and I hope that they come out with a bang. So that's coming out February 8th. This is the final season, so I think if you have been watching it, get ready. If you haven't, or if you're like me and you kind of stopped somewhere in the middle of last season, this is the time to catch up and, get ready for the premiere on the CW network. Next up is Queen Sugar, coming out February 16th on OWN. Okay, let me be honest and say that I mostly watched this show for Kofi, but I'm also really excited to see what happens next with the farm. I love the family dynamic of this film. It is shot just so beautifully. The actors are amazing. There's some really great chemistry on set. But there's one thing that I cannot stand about this show. It's extremely hard to catch up on this show. And I think that's almost to a detriment. Like, damn, why do I have to pay to watch Queen Sugar on demand? And a panorama? Kind of slow and quiet, and to be honest, sometimes I do fall asleep. But when the drama gets to starting, when the drama gets to running, it's good. It's really good. So Invisible City is a show coming out on Netflix, and I really hope it doesn't disappoint. Oh my god, please don't disappoint me. Okay, so after a family tragedy, a man discovers that there are mythical creatures living among human beings. And this show is based in Brazil. The 3% on Netflix is another Brazilian show that I think did pretty well in terms of diversity, in terms of making social commentaries. So if this show's anything like 3%, I'm really excited. I mean, at first it kind of just looks like a crime thriller, which I was like, I could skip. But then it's got like this sci-fi aspect to it. And then I think that this is my prediction. I think that this show is going to make comments on indigenous sovereignty, colonization, environmental degradation, capitalism, and industrialization in the context of Brazil and the Amazon jungle. I like to see multiple representations of South American people. That's not just limited to like the Giselle Bundchen and Adriana Limas of the world. Like dark skin, curly hair, Amerindian. Like I want to see multiple Just a vast array of representation, and I think the show is gonna give it to us. Buried at the Bernards is a Netflix reality series. It's coming out on February 12th, and it's about a Memphis funeral home. This show has three things that I love. It has black people, southern black people. It has old people, cutest old people, and it has death. Okay. But honestly, it looks really funny. It looks very family friendly. It's a reality show. Like, so next up is Tiffany Haddish's They Ready. I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah, Tiffany Haddish's They Ready, coming out on Netflix February 12th. The first season was pretty good. I mean, not everybody was funny, but I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the next season. I just love that Tiffany Haddish is the type of person who, you know, she has made it pretty far in her career at this point, and she's reaching back and helping other comics, other black comics, POC comics, women comics, comics of different backgrounds, and she's helping them to gain visibility, and I really appreciate that. Like, I just want to support that, even if it's not funny. Like, there's no reason not to support someone who is trying to empower others and uplift others. Next up is Canine Intervention on Netflix, and I'm iffy about this show because on one hand, it's like the finest black man and all these cute little dogs being so gentle yet so stern. And on one hand, I want to watch this, but on the other hand, I feel like it's gonna make me want to adopt a dog, and so maybe I shouldn't. And I like this representation. I want to see more of this, so I'm going to watch it even if I don't like it. Like, I want to see more black men and nature and animals and being gentle. So another show called The Head, coming out on HBO Max February 4th. When you put something in the cold, winter, snowy environment, it automatically makes it more scary. I don't know why. This is a Danish series that is reminding me, it's giving me hints of Dark, the German series, the German Netflix series. So while both of these shows, Dark and The Head, they seem to have like very, very little diversity, I'm gonna give them a pass because they are international projects. I think the show is better than Dark because it doesn't act like, you know, only white people exist. Another show coming out on, I think it's ABC? NBC? It's one of them networks. But coming out February 16th, it's called Young Rock, and it's about Dwayne The Rock Johnson, his entire life. But it's kind of like he's in the future and he's running for president, and then he looks back on his life. It's weird. I'm like, what future? In what future would Dwayne The Rock Johnson become president? We are no longer electing celebrities to office. No, it's never worked. We had Reagan, we had Trump. I don't care what The Rock is working with. We're not electing you to office. But anyways, I think this show is great for families. It's giving me like Modern Family type vibes. It's a sitcom. So it might be something where I'm gonna wait until the whole season comes out and then I'll watch it on Hulu. Another show that's good for kids is Kid Cosmic, coming out on Netflix, and I cannot wait to show this to my little nephews and my nieces and my nibblings. This is gonna be so cute. It's like a superhero show, and there are tons of different characters of all different sizes and looks, and I'm excited. I like kids shows because I think they do diversity the best sometimes. So this show, Kid Cosmic, Over the Moon, Canvas, those are like my top family-friendly kid media in early 2021. There are 2 documentaries coming out. The first one is Pele, premiering on Netflix February 23rd. Pele is a documentary about the Afro-Brazilian soccer player turned national icon. I'm interested in sports and race in the context of Brazil and South America. I think that is a really great show to watch with your soccer bae, you know, your sports bae, even like if they're not hugely into soccer. Another documentary coming out, There's No I in Threesome, premiering February 11th. This documentary is really interesting to me. So the documentary follows an engaged couple who decides to open up their relationship to ethical non-monogamy. I think that if you've never heard of ethical non-monogamy, if you've heard of it but you still don't know what the fuck that means, or if you're just like completely turned off from it, you should watch this. You should watch this documentary to learn something. Like, you know, just ask yourself why. And this seems like it'll be interesting, that it might be like a learning moment, lots of teachable moments about relationships and love. But I'm also weary because this is a white couple, and I'm just wondering if we're going to see a diversity of not just race, but a diversity of the types of relationships, because there's more than one way to do ethical non-monogamy. You know, you can open up your relationship, you could do just threesomes, you could do, you know, romantic relationships outside of your primary relationship. There's like tons of puzzle pieces that you could put together. And so I'm hoping that this film sheds light on the diversity of the types of relationships you can have, that you don't have to just have exclusive monogamous relationships, but that they can be open, they can be honest, and they can actually work. I don't like that this documentary is framing it as, oh, this couple is engaged and this is like their last chance. This is like their last hoorah, their last chance to get laid before they commit to one person, because that's not how that works sometimes. So this is definitely a date night documentary, good for Netflix and chill, some dinner and drinks. Yeah, go get you some ethical non-monogamy knowledge. Another documentary that I want to briefly mention is called Strip Down, Rise Up. I don't know about that one. We'll see. I might watch it, I might skip it. I think I'll just wait to hear more reviews about it before I invest my time in it. I hope that this film is honest about that industry and not just sugarcoating. I hope that this documentary doesn't erase Black, BIPOC, strippers. So here's a few films that I missed, and if I missed it, then I think y'all must have missed it too, because I don't miss nothing, okay? So Antebellum is on Amazon, and it stars Janelle Monáe. I think one of the reasons why I didn't catch this film when it first came out is because I do not want to watch another slave movie. Not another slave movie. I'm just, nah. It's giving me vibes of Sankofa. If you've never seen the movie Sankofa, go and watch it. Sankofa, the movie, is old enough to where you can find it on the internet easily and not be sued for watching it. So I'm still iffy about this. I want to support Janelle Monáe, and I just want to see her acting. I want to see her flex her acting muscles, you know? Yeah, if you've missed it, it's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. Oh God, I hate Amazon. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Another show that I missed came out Christmas Day, December 25th, One Night in Miami. Oh, I was following this film. I was excited to watch it. I'm like all for Regina King's directorial debut. She did that. What'd she do? She did that. So I was like really looking forward to watching it, and then I don't know what happened. I think I thought it was coming out in January, but it came out in December. So I'm gonna go back and watch it. Okay, so here's some things that I'm gonna skip and why I'm skipping them. First up is War Dogs. Okay, for some reason I do find Jonah Hill pretty funny. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, but he's hilarious. And I wanted to watch this film. I thought it would be interesting. But then I realized it said based on a true story. And, you know, sometimes it says that and it's not true. Like horror films will say that, like, based on true events. To make you think like, oh my God, this actually happened. It makes it more scary. But in this film about arms dealers, about weapons dealers, about warmongers, the idea of it even being remotely based on true events, I don't know. It's no longer funny to me. I just can't see how we can take something so serious as like weapons being distributed and like used against innocent people and make it into a comedy. It's just not funny to me. I don't know. So that's coming out. Y'all could watch it. I'm sure it'll make Netflix's top 10 or whatever. But I think that ranking is a lie anyways. And I also just, I don't think war is funny. I just don't think war is funny. And I don't want to support it. If it was like, I think the fact that it is based on a true story, they should have just left that part out. Because that shit is just so disgusting to me. Like, how the fuck? Some of the films that are coming out right now are just like, where the fuck have you been? Who asked for this? Like, untimely. The next film that I am skipping, and I'm hoping you all will watch it and tell me how it goes, is Georgia and Ginny. Ginny and Georgia is about a white mom who had her black daughter at a very young age, and they're struggling through the teenage years of, you know, drama. First off, okay, this film does look really interesting. My problem is, in the trailer for the film, I did not feel assured that there were going to be conversations about race, and therefore I'm not going to take the chance on watching something that may not address racism, race relations. I need to know if racism, and white supremacy is addressed in this film, how it is addressed, and if it's done well. Basically, I don't want to get 30 minutes into a film and realize that it's complete trash and they're just like colorblind and they're making like assumptions about race and how black people feel. My fear is that they threw this black girl in there because they didn't want to be called racist, and that her race doesn't change the story or anything, that they're just gonna, you know, glide right over the fact that she's black. This is a place where we don't sprinkle diversity for taste. Like, no, it's a part of the recipe. It's integral to the recipe. Because honestly, if Georgia and Ginny don't talk about race, I don't want to see it. I don't want to get my hopes up with this film. I'm gonna wait, see what other people say about it, and then watch it. Okay, so that rounds up our What to Watch February 2021. I'll let you know if I watch some of these films, how I feel about them. I'll give like a quick video update. Please let me know if you watch them, how you like it, especially War Dogs and Georgia and Ginny. Like, if you watch it, I want to know. Like, tell me, should I watch it? So that was another Media Lit video, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Want to hear your thoughts? Peace.